Good morning, Vietnam. I woke up this morning reading an interesting article. I was not aware of this. The bailout will be helping corporations, even foreign corporations, but it will not help the individual American. It's very interesting. Dark chocolate's good for your health, by the way. We, the people, aren't getting any help. What's happening is the U.S. government is going to become a clearinghouse for our homes. So the government is going to make its money back, money that it will reuse to bail out other corporations, to pay for unjust wars. I mean, look at this. We're still in Iraq. The only reason that this surge is working is because of ethnic cleansing, it turns out. They're slaughtering each other and we're not putting it on our news. So you have communities where 50% of one group has been decimated by the other group. And that's why there's peace, because you have like this vigilantism going on, this cleansing, that we're behind it. We're assisting at. So long as they're not attacking our troops, it's okay. We just need, for political sake, to show that there is an improvement. And, but it gets me. Check it out. I'll read it. Bush to Secretary of Treasury. Don't add households to the financial bailout plan. That's very interesting, isn't it? Don't add houses. Don't add houses. Okay, and why would he say that? Let's see if we can find more information on this. I love Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson said Sunday that the nation's credit markets remain frozen and Congress must move quickly to pass a $700 billion bailout package for financial firms. But key Democrats said that legislation needs changes to provide a better protection for taxpayers and homeowners in danger of losing their homes. The credit markets are still very fragile right now and frozen. Paulson said in an interview on NBC's Meet the Press, "We need to deal with this and deal with it now." That's very interesting, isn't it? Because what's going to happen is they're going to bail out the corporations until the next president. Now, what they're bailing out mostly, if you look at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, are $5 trillion in debt. We bailed them out at $50 billion. That's their interest. That doesn't mean anything. We're bailing them out interest-wise, and $700 billion isn't going to help. These guys are going to fail and going to take us with us because of profiteering, because of three-strike line. Basically, I don't understand constitutionally or legally how an individual like myself or like we the people can be tried and convicted 3 times for one thing. I recently had a situation where I've become aware, maybe it's false consensus, kind of like cigarette smokers who, you know, they believe because since they smoke, everyone smokes, or, you know, drinkers. You know, you get into that groupthink thing. But my feeling is that if your house has equity in it and you're behind on your mortgage, they're going to come after you first. They're going to come after you first. I have a house I only owe $72,000 on. I'm $3,500 late on my mortgage payment, and I agreed to pay it. The work was slow, and I was ill. Now they're telling me, oh, that's great, that's great. So here, it's going to cost you $9,500 to reinstate because we had to file paper. They had to file server paper. The lawyer to do the service is less than $1,000. So I have a $3,500 debt to my plus late fees and stuff, so it comes up to $4,200. So I'm paying 100% more than what my debt is, including the legal fees, to reinstate the mortgage to their comfort zone. Otherwise, they take a house that I've got a small mortgage on, and they make 100% profit, or something to that. Well, they'll make a profit when they dump it. It's my house, and that's what they're doing all over America. But before Bush leaves office, he wants to have some friends to play with, apparently. He's going to, or him and his friends are going to be able, well, thanks for bailing me out. You're my buddy. But these people don't have to see the conscience of the people. They don't have to see the faces of Iraqi children firsthand because they're there just to get the oil. The Iraqi people themselves have done nothing to us. But what we've got is a situation where we're all terrorists. If you rise up there, the article of the paper the other day, these young kids, I guess belong to an anarchist group or something, with the Patriot Act, someone can go to my house under suspicion I may do something wrong. Therefore, by virtue of existence or by virtue of disagreement, I'm a terrorist. Because I may be thinking it. It's kind of like that movie with Tom Cruise, the Something Report, where they arrest you now for crimes you may commit, that you're going to commit in the future. Minority Report. Then it turned out that it could be fixed, it could be rigged, and that's what's happening now. But I'm really sad about these things. I'm sad because the only real terrorists are in the White House. The only real murderers are in the White House. Pumping guns on the street, creating distrust. What's her name? Nancy Grace. Everyone's going to steal my baby. They're going to steal your baby. Now, they've got us to where we can't trust each other, or they're trying to make the individual to where they can't trust each other. They're trying to create a paranoid society of disagreement with misinformation. And most of you are falling for it. Pumping those guns onto the street, all we have to do is create a calamity. All there has to do is create a calamity, start having some shootings or some military actions or some vigilant actions, whatever, and we're on lockdown. There are people being delayed on the air flights. There's an article, there's some great articles in the paper, people being delayed on air flight because they, you gotta find that article, because they have the name of someone who's blacklisted. So they're not even taking the discretion to, they're not even making the discretion to, where'd it go? They're not even making any discretionary action against, where are you? Blacklist, 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 blacklist. Politics, under politics.
Hey, we landed in the middle of the road. Hop in this rail. There's one thing. We're to do this. Wow.
Yeah. Here's one. Nelson Mandela has been blacklisted. Yeah, he can't come in. He could be a terrorist. As if the guy didn't suffer for the best. A college student. She joined the ACLU because she was having problems with the airline watch list, and now she's blacklisted. Robert Johnson, 60 Minutes interviewed 12 men named Robert Johnson who are blacklisted. They can't get on planes. 9/11 hijackers are dead, but they're still blacklisted. The president of Bolivia is blacklisted. Saddam Hussein, despite the fact he's dead, is blacklisted. And if you're named Gary Smith, you're screwed. Okay? If you're named John Williams, you're screwed. Ed Kennedy, Senator Edward Kennedy, is blacklisted. John Lewis, Representative John Lewis of Georgia has been blacklisted. He's a hero of civil rights. He's blacklisted. A Marine Staff Sergeant Daniel Brown was blocked from flying because he smelled like gunpowder. James Moore, author of a book critical of the Bush administration, has been blacklisted. Catherine Stevens, wife of Senator Ted Stevens, is blacklisted. Cat Stevens has been blacklisted. What's he going to do? Kill everyone with a peace train? Major Vernon Lewis, highest medal of honor, a Distinguished Medal, Service Medal, blacklisted. Captain U.S. Navy Robert Campbell, blacklisted. David Nelson, one of many men named David Nelson, blacklisted. John Williams Anderson, age 6, because he's named with the name of someone who's blacklisted. Congressman Loretta Sanchez is blacklisted. It goes on and on. There are about 1.5 million people who are blacklisted by virtue of name. Tell me this on a police tape. Therefore, all Americans, including me, are terrorists. We're all terrorists. If we disagree, if we aren't goose-stepping, if we aren't wearing an American flag on our shirt, or are blatantly pro-war, if we aren't willing to have our belongings and our homes taken away from us. We're terrorists. By virtue of posting this video in disagreement with the state, a fascist state, I am an enemy of the state. Think about it. I know people who are scared to disagree with anything. Now, here's a friend of mine who's a Republican. It doesn't matter Democrat or Republican, everyone's getting screwed. Anyway, signing off.